Sit back and wait through the daylight. Sit back and wait through the daylight. Slip and slide on subway grades. These shoes are poor man's ice skates. Fall through like change in the daylight. Fall through like change in the daylight. I miss your both lines in my road. Some call it on my throne. Maybe I'll paint them in myself. 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 These sidewalks slick with brimstone. The signals end in a payphone. It rings like all through the daylight. It rings like all through the daylight. Daylight, you could try to hang out, but someday I'll see without these frames. And in the daylight, I don't pick up my phone. 'Cause in the daylight, anywhere feels like home. I have my plots in my life, and only one has the top right. I'll just unplug it for today. I'll just unplug it for today. Open hydrant, roll the windows. Just call my name through the open. And float down Grand Street in daylight. 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 And with just half of the sunburn, you get the love that I earned. Step back and here comes the nighttime. Step back and here comes the nighttime. Daylight, we could try to hang out, but someday I'll see without these frames. And in the daylight, I don't pick up my phone. 'Cause in the daylight, anywhere feels like home. Daylight, we could try to hang out, but someday I'll see without these frames. And in the daylight, I don't pick up my phone. 'Cause in the daylight, anywhere feels like home.
Back to the street where we began, feeling as good as lovers can, you know. Yeah, we're feeling so good, picking up things we shouldn't read. It looks like the end of history, as we know. It's just the end of the world. Back to the street where we began, feeling as good as love you could, you can. Into a place where thoughts can bloom, into a room where it's 9 in the afternoon. And we know that it could be, and we know that it should. And you know that you feel it too. 'Cause it's 9 in the afternoon, and your eyes are the size of the moon. You're good 'cause you can, so you do. We're feeling so good, just the way that we do. When it's 9 in the afternoon, your eyes are the size of the moon. You're good 'cause you can, so you do. We're feeling so good. Back to the street, down to our feet, losing the feeling of feeling unique. Do you know what We're feeling so good, just the way that we do when it's not in the afternoon.